Hello everybody, myself Ruchika Morkil and I welcome you all to Machine Learning tutorial. So the very first question arises, what machine learning is? Machine learning is science of getting computers to act without being explicitly programmed. Machine learning at its most basic is the practice of using algorithms to analyze data, learn from it, and then make predictions. Machine learning is based on algorithms that can learn from data. Or in a simple way, we can say machine learning is learning from past experience. So now let's try to understand how machine learning is different from traditional programming. Let's take an example, that is, we have to add two numbers. How we will do this? We will provide some inputs and some rules based on the problem given, and with the help of this we will get the output. But what will happen when we have this problem, that is to classify whether the image is of a cat or a dog? You might be thinking of different rules, that is, if this image comes then it's a cat, if this image comes it's a dog. But what will happen when this image is provided as input? Now all our rules failed. So how we will solve this problem? This problem will be solved using machine learning. Also, to solve this problem, we will first of all we will collect our data set. We will collect lot of images of cats and dogs. In this data and the output, that is the labels of our images, will be used to generate some set of rules, and these rules will be used to solve our problems, that is to classify the image whether it's of a cat or a dog. So this is how machine learning is different from traditional programming. In traditional programming we provide data or input and rules and we get the output, but in machine learning we provide data and output, and then through this we generate set of rules. So these are the steps involved in machine learning. First step is problem. What the problem is, what we are going to solve. Like in previous example, our problem was to classify whether the image is of a cat or a dog. And the next step is data preparation and data pre-processing. Now based on the problem, that collection of data is done. Like in previous example, we collected lots of images of cats and dogs based on our problem. And after the data collection, data pre-processing is done. Data pre-processing is done to improve the quality of data. In this, we try to look for inconsistency and outliers in our dataset. Next step is algorithm selection or model selection, which is done which is selected on the basis of the problem and the dataset used. The next step is training. Now we train our model on our dataset. After the training, we evaluate our model, that how much efficient our model is. In this, we calculate the loss or the error of our model. Next step is parameter tuning. In this, we try to improve training process in order to decrease the error so that we can get better model. Less the error, more efficient model is. After parameter tuning, next step is prediction. Now we make predictions on our input. Now we provide input and based on our model, predictions are made. For example, in our previous case, that is, we have to classify whether the image is of a cat or a dog. Now, to the prediction, we provide images and then we take predictions on that image, that whether the image is of a cat or a dog. So these are the steps involved in machine learning. Now there are three types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. In supervised learning, labels are present in dataset. Label dataset is one which have both input and output parameters. Supervised learning is further classified into two types: classification and regression. In classification, discrete labels are present. In regression problem, continuous labels are present. Next is unsupervised learning. In unsupervised learning, labeled dataset is absent. Next is reinforcement learning. In this, the algorithm is not explicitly told how to perform a task, but works through a problem on its own, or we can say it is based on learning through mistakes. So this is all about our today's lecture. In next lecture, we will learn linear regression.